Four hydrometers, including the one on the dehumidifier you're about to see, were all purchased over various years, different times, yet they're all showing the same relative humidity. The one you're looking at is just moved, flickered by 1%, but yeah, they're all accurate. This is going to be a fairly simple and short, straightforward video because this is a simple item. This is Acurite's Hygrometer. It's the 00325 model. It's one of their more simple models. It doesn't have a lot of fancy bells and whistles. In fact, there are no buttons on it. It's literally you pop in a one AA battery and and you're ready to go. And I mean, it's so simple that it doesn't even have any backlight. So why am I showing this to you, and why is that, why is this the one? As with all my videos, I try to save you guys time, money, and frustration. In this case, it's hopefully going to be a little bit of all three, but most of the time. I spent hours looking for the quote-unquote the most accurate hydrometer. I suffer with humidity in here, and just for various reasons, a lot of drafts, a lot of leaky windows, whatever. But I've become, I wouldn't say obsessed, but I've tried to monitor it. Now, by the way, you'll see that number moving here. That's the relative humidity inside here. It's moving because my hand is on there, and it's also under the light. So anyway, so I read literally hundreds and hundreds of reviews on Amazon, on Walmart, but also on just regular blogs on websites, and I kept looking for the quote-unquote perfect or the most accurate hydrometer. And there's so many brands out there, and it's not that this is so hard or unique in terms of like you can't find it. It's sold on Amazon, it's sold on Walmart, but it doesn't come up regularly in terms of the best or most accurate. When you put in the search term, it doesn't come up as the most accurate hydrometer. And I, of course, started with the ones that did come up listed, including the Excalibur 4, I think it was, and from all different manufacturers, not just Acurite. But what I found was, after reading all these hundreds of reviews, there wasn't one particular model or brand that everybody said that everyone agreed it was accurate. There were just so many, out of thousands of reviews, there's always hundreds that said, this didn't work. So here you are, either paying up or thinking that you're going to get the most accurate, and then everyone else complains that, or there are plenty of hundreds of people that complain that it isn't accurate at all, and they compared it to this, and they did the salt test, and yada, yada, yada. So not only did I resort to reading reviews, but then I started studying all the pictures. And if you look at all the pictures in the reviews, people start to show pictures that they compared all their, all their hydrometers. And I actually have a few myself. I'm just going to feature this one here because this is actually a nice little unit. It's only 3 inches tall. It may appear larger in this video. And it has this great magnet on the back that I didn't think I would use, but I actually do use it now. I just stick it on my refrigerator when I want to monitor the humidity in that area. But getting back to it, so I started looking at all these pictures, and that's how I was able to come to, I had to zoom in, and there was one that, amongst all the pictures that people, it just kept showing the same readouts amongst all the different versions of this, and everyone kept saying it was worked. One guy said, people, I guess this is an older model, and they came out with next generations, and everyone kept referring to this one as the best, or it kept showing up in the pictures as the most accurate. And sure enough, when I got to it and I started looking at it, it's got like 2,500 reviews on Amazon and X number on Walmart, and not everybody says it's accurate, but it's also $9. Okay, it's literally under $10, maybe $10.20 with tax. And I said, look, for the money, let me, this is a great bet because it's not a big investment, and this should be accurate to within like 1% or so. I'm going to put this down because between the heat in my hands, it's changing, fluctuating, and it doesn't normally do that. So I took a shot, and of course, I got it home, and then I started comparing to my other hydrometers, which are calibrated, which you know, they're all in line, and I figured, oh, if this falls in line, and sure enough, this was spot on, not just with the relative humidity, but also with the temperature. It does both. It's in Fahrenheit. Some of the different models, not this one that you can, you switch it to Celsius, but I'm here in the U.S. The only other fancy features, and it's not really that fancy, it will give you the high and low for both the temperature and the relative humidity over the last 24 hours. And when they say 24 hours, it's relative to when you put the battery in. So if you put the battery in at 5 p.m., it'll give you the high and low over the 24 hours, from one day at 5 p.m. to the next. It's got their own version of what they consider okay humidity. Here in this model, I think anything above 60% they consider high. Between 50 and 60 they consider okay, and below 50 they consider low. Everybody has their own personal view on that. Obviously it does the same thing for the temperature of the high and low. Look, I can't guarantee that you're going to have the same experience and accuracy. It does come with a 1-year warranty from the company. They have a pretty accessible, although now you can't call, you have to either email or use their chat. I guess that's COVID related, but normally it's pretty easy to get in touch with the company. It's a well-known company. But the point is, you don't have to go and spend $30 or $50. The Excalibur 4 that gets all these great reviews, and I looked at all I was willing to get something for, I already have a hydrometer in my humidor, but I was willing to get another one just for my, just for the inside the house, just if that was considered the most accurate. But I didn't have to go that way. I like this one because it's nice and big to read out. It doesn't have the backlit display. It doesn't have Wi-Fi. It's not fancy, but I think that's a benefit. That maybe this, keep it simple, stupid. It seems to work in this case because, as I said, this is literally accurate to within 1 degree. There was some feedback about that it only displays on even numbers. The temperature, I think you just saw before, was on 81 degrees, so don't just ignore those reviews. Personally, I think it's a great bet. If you only have one hydrometer at home, unless you do the salt test, it's going to be hard to know if your machine is correct or not. They do sell some models that you can calibrate, so if you're really obsessed, I suppose you can, and you want to hedge your bets, buy the more expensive unit that can be calibrated. But then you have to buy, do your own salt test, and hopefully you do it right, and then and calibrate your machine. But if not, and you want to, and you're willing to take a $10 or $9 bet, this is your model right here. So if you're into the whole humidity thing, and you're, stay tuned, or check back, subscribe maybe, because I'm going to do a review on a dehumidifier that I bought this year. I did. I don't even want to, I'm embarrassed to say how many hours of research to find the quietest dehumidifier I could find. Now, that's not going to be, that's not going to appeal to a lot of people, or it's not going to excite a lot of people, because some people just throw their humidifier in the basement, but there are plenty of people that use it on their main floor, in their living rooms, in their offices, in their RVs, campers, whatever, boats, in which case you're going to want to tune in and find out what I found out. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll see you back. Thanks, guys.